And guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. I've realized in Uganda we have like three kinds of accidents. Yeah, very common kinds of accidents. The first accident is an accident that can be caused by driving, like how that taxi guy is going. Omulaba. You people drive very close to each other, and when someone in front of you brakes, because you are braking, if it's a series of like 10 cars that are very close to each other, number plates za Kenya, abruptly or primo nga ajikuba no wachigege nga akuba primo. That's one type of accident that we have. The second kind of accident is the accident where border borders are involved. Until a border comes from the left, crosses through to the right without warning, yeah, and abruptly, and you hit the border guy, and they get very injured. The passenger, mostly the passengers get injured. The border guy can even run away, and then you are in trouble. Normally, when a car and the border are involved in an accident, unless you're ready to go to court, you'll have to spend through the nose. And the funny thing is, even the passengers will not be understanding. They will see, a passenger will see a border rider riding badly, and they'll keep quiet. And when the border is involved in an accident, they'll blame the car owner, which again, probably one of the reasons why I don't want to sit on borders, because I'll start identifying with that kind of idiocy. I find it to be idiocy until they don't want to own up to their mistakes, and they want you to pay for their mistakes. Until they sit on a border which is clearly riding recklessly, and they keep quiet until there is an accident, and even then they don't blame the border, they want to blame you. Because I think because at that time you seem to be the only one that has the money, which take care. So those two accidents are the most common ones. You know, if you look at the accident reports, you'll find that more than 80% of the accidents have borders involved. You get, and majority of those accidents where borders are involved, the border guy is to blame. You get, but even police doesn't blame borders. You rarely find that. You rarely find the police blaming a border, which take it. But we all know, like majority of the accidents that happen that have borders involved, the border guy is to blame, which take it. And you know, in a way, you don't blame their ignorance. The government doesn't really have a system that makes sure these guys are in line. Majority of the border riders are uneducated, majority of them. And you know, education doesn't just school you in geography and all that, but the thing that education does, it gives you exposure to live with other people. You get, education teaches you the rules, what you ought to do. And you know, the government doesn't care. For example, you see how borders overtake from the left. That's wrong. You overtake from the left, that the lorry guy, it's just that for us we are getting used to it, to borders taking from the left. It's very wrong. You're supposed to overtake from the right. But apparently our border never is on the left, which is wrong. Then you get involved in an accident, still you will be blamed and made to pay. It's totally wrong. Tewali wo lenia border because what happens is that borders are motors. They have motors, so they are like cars. They are supposed to ride wanomakati ngafe gwetuli. But because papa, they don't have the right training. But that is wrong. I find that we blame the borders, but the government is more to blame. Which take it, the government is to blame, and of course they can't touch the borders because like bordering is border and chips. Mukaza abulu echokolera dda ne kigulira dda nga akola chips kuku. Omusajja bw'abulu ekyokola n'abulira dda ekyokola nga agula border. So eje emirimu ebiri government esobola regulating, because that's where most of the people that would overthrow the government actually are. Which tegeera nti kuli every village, even the least populated village, has 10 border guys. Which take it. But anyway, good morning, my people. How are you today? I just thought, today being a Monday, yesterday Starch talked about something. Yesterday Starch talked about something that I thought is worth talking about. Yeah, Babo Gerako. Yeah, Tebabo Gerako. I think buli muntu bamwogerako. But how does it feel though to be talked about? Does it feel good? I've told you how we were in a meeting, family meeting some time ago, and I told this one person, you know what? People look up to you, and this person wasn't actually pleased. Instead of being pleased, people look up to them. I find that if people were looking up to me, I would actually be happy. I would be happy, but this person wasn't actually happy. I find that for her, the issue was people talk about me. I'm not happy. You people talk about me. It doesn't matter whether you talk about me positively or negatively. You people talk about me, and I'm not happy. So do people talk about you? And does it make you happy or sad that people talk about you? That's how you know that nobody can stop reggae. But apparently those forwards are very well maintained. Nerumbagana abantu. Muyombya Mark, Tusime Eddie, Travel Life Log, Mugalasi Joshua Mixed Farm, Kawagama Enoch, Mubadaba na Uganda nga yavuga. These people, it's bwabera accident multiple cars. Amazima gali nti there is no way we bawona. Ochite kato wa forward yo ina imiru washikigaji yingira. Ochitegeera. Saleh Kaziwe, Nathan, Antonio Random Things, Murad K. Momo, Mtale Samuel, Godfrey Tambala, Paul Sema VIP, Antonio Random Things VIP, Kennedy Omara, Kasivante Akisam, Louis, Seth Kagaba, Wabuyi Nelson, Musema Saddam, Nathan, Naiba Nang, Omoyo Gwabensi 180, Bunesi Vieko. Over I take a leap of faith in the Jigure! I realize that majority of the time we learn by doing. The benzi na akavuga satu kati nabivako tonziza ku benzi nze najinaba. Nathan, you need to get a benz yourself, experience it. If it's to lose weight on your own. Omanyeta I'm the cause oyige. That's how people learn. But Arthur, there are also car drivers always overtake from the left. Those are mostly taxi drivers. Taxi drivers overtake from the left. And it's a very wrong thing, by the way. I've also done it before. But I do it. Katwalo wali ngo yingine maganjo. Kalene aka ko ku left yako kali official. Kali official buli omaka manyi. Keka kuyamba ko kusala jam. So kalene ako katero kubimaranga. But overtaking from the left, guys, is wrong in Uganda. In Rwanda, you can overtake from the left, it's what is official. But here in Uganda, overtaking should be on the right. But also, I find that, guys, whenever you're driving, in a distance, when you're driving in situations, or here where I am, when you look in front, there is a lot of jam. Chitegeza nagenda ku bumper ya lori eyo marabudde sina kyengenda kusevinga era n'abanajja ne banyingira mu maaso still bagenda kumaliza abapapa bagende begatte mu kajjamu kali, so it doesn't help. So I find that giving that guy this much space is good for me, because katulaba that lorry, if I were to knock that lorry, my car gets damaged, that car doesn't get damaged. So I find that mbifonga ebya jamu nga bino ate now Me, I already know that people are ever scrolling their phones. Abantu babera ku WhatsApp. Amala babera mu jamu no nga ali ku WhatsApp. Eyo simba manyiro gikweka eno wansi on the right naye wano wansi wano. Noka nola bumusajja omukulu nga ali kusimu. Noka kati ono omusajja avuga maka tumusota bwena atomera agenda kudda ku bigere kyokka ali ku simu. Abantu bamanyi nnaku yaabwe. Anthony agambe Nathan agule Benz obulamu bwa kiseera. But guys, buy the cars you want to buy. If you suffer, at least you will know you suffered diligently. I don't know if there is diligent suffering. But you buy the Benz if you want the Benz. You buy the Touareg if you want to buy the Touareg. You buy the Email if you want to buy the Email. Me, I bought all the things I wanted to buy. Now I'm settled. Now I'll drive the cars that move me to my final location. Okitegeera nze kati sikyagula byenjagala kugula. Nze ngula kati bikola byenjagala bikole. Council Patrick Asiko, good morning. Joseph Balikudembe, good morning. My cousin Angela, since 2009 up to now, he talks about me negatively. Naye kati namana bivaako. Nothing he says moves me. I sleep and drink. Angela musajja, no wonder he talks. You see people name your kids names that make them strong. Like my son is called Ragnar. Kati Ragnar tajja kugeya. Ageya chira name mutabani wange oyo tageya. Achigamba, I was sleeping with him in his bed last night. He yampise. Yagezaga, I want daddy to sleep with me. I want daddy to sleep with me. So I went and slept in his bed. Then after a few minutes, he started saying, Daddy, go. So I asked him why. He said, Daddy, this bed is too small for both of us. Actually, but you called me to say, he said, Daddy, go to your bed. Your bed is bigger than this. What are you doing here? And then I said, but I want to sleep here. I'm going to sleep here till morning. He said, Daddy, go. And then he started crying. So for him, it's like that. He will tell you until you do what he wants you to do. He's not going to pretend that you're nice for him. Which take it. And cousin Angela. We used to have a boy in school called the Angel. The only thing that made him a man was that but all the other things were women. He used to iron a lot, wash a lot, smear himself with Vaseline, moving with short shorts. Angel ine ebintu byakolanga nga kugamba byakiwarawala ng'atebinyiza because he was a man. And then I was wondering, how do you name your boy Angel? That's what happens when you men let women name your boys. For me, Mama Abba did not contribute to the naming of my sons at all. Because they are boys. How does a woman name a boy for you? Mutabani oba mutuma matya amanya nga mama we ya mutumi. Muleke bwazara omuwala amutumi gwe totunula nayo. Jana kwesa mukazi adira omwana wa mutumi erinnya lya ex we. Itawo mzee. Good morning, Ugandan Catholic Music Collective. How are you today? This topic is very important to me because I'm still struggling with the same situation, looking for the way to overcome it. Guys, does it bother you that people talk about you? And how do you handle the bothering effects that people talk about you? Because everyone bamwogerako, by the way, if you did. If you think maybe you're not rich enough to be talked about, yes, that poverty of yours, they talk about it. People can talk. You guys, I've shared with you during the lockdown, but me, like I've always told you, the siva kumuto. Mama abani agamba ove kumuto lagewa. So during the lockdown, I drove a Mark II Chivina. Eri Mark II Yogubina. Mujitegedde 90. It was really bad. Atenga nagifuwa nagifuwa mukoneterera nibanga kungulira leka bulungi naye munda teyali mbalagavu nga terokinga na kulokinga nga teyali moroka mbalagavu naye nga nagivuganga. I used to drive it, even pick my kids from school. Okitegeera naye nga embeera yaayo si yali embalagavu. So there were border guys. nga banjogerako. How I knew nti banjogerako lumu nga njogera na nzija. You know how you ambush people nga tebakusuubira kujja we bali, and then you come from behind and then wamaka tuyayiseewo ekoba ate ogutali musango. Kantu ako sisobola kukeerabira ate ogutali musango. Kwegamba for them I was only driving it because it's not a crime. And of course they talked and talked. Now at that time it did not hurt me because I was driving, they were riding. Okitegeera nze muri mu mutima gwalinga mukaka muti nze nevuga no matter what. Of course with time then I upgraded. We never come back to yogubina nagulachi. We never come back to yogubina. I think then I bought a Polo. Then we never could Polo. I bought a Primo from Bali. Yeah, because I remember the Polo yankula kemikolo nenjivuga paka mu kikoli nenjirekera makanika ninga sidda muvuga motoka eyo. Era sadda mujivuga paka olunaku lwe nagitunda. Then after the Primo, then I bought the Namukade. After the Namukade, then I bought the Vitz. Yeah, and then it has gone like that. So but anyway, as I realized that when people talk about you, you can use it as motivation. Like the webangama muno mvuga maka twe yogubina because it's not crime. I realized that it was that bad, so I started thinking of ways to upgrade. And I fought and fought and fought. It was a fighting. It was the fight to come from Makto Yogubina to where I am. But I realized that the people that talk about you, you should try as much as possible to find out what people are saying about you. It's important for you. It's important for your self-development journey. But I also find that it's important for your motivation. And I also find that it's important for you to discover what people think about you, because that's your brand. For a digital marketing space, we want to find out. We even have spying apps, the apps that will tell you what the general public is saying about you on social media. They are listening apps. They listen to the to what is happening on this space, and then they'll bring. I went to a meeting with NSSF. Those apps are very expensive. You pay upwards of $100 a month, even more. Then the app will collect what is being said on the internet. That's very good when you're targeting, like when you're using Google Ads. You know what people are saying, what people are searching, and then you can use those terms in your keywords. And people pay a lot of money to get to know what people are saying about them. But of course, small brands, for the love of cars, it will be very important for us to know what people are saying about cars in Uganda, so that we can use that as a topic. Yeah, but what people say about you is very important to you. Why? If people are saying bad things about you, you can evaluate and see, do I want to be hanging out with these people? Do I want to be hanging out next to these people or not? Because when people talk about you, then you know who your enemy is, you know who your friend is, you know who is still not decided about you, and then you know where to spend your time. But if you don't know what people are saying about you, then chances are high that you'll be hanging out with people that don't want to hang out with you. I find that that share of voice is very important. Edda, when Nadine Chapangisa, we had Banyankori neighbors. I had dreadlocks, and those Banyankori neighbors were very discriminative. They discriminated people on tribe, they discriminated people on money, because by Namukasete at that time when Nadine Chapangisa Gabayina sente, and they had a lot of money. The gentleman was a doctor, and they had a lot of money. God rest his soul. May God rest his soul. He was a good man, though. Me, I find that some of these things, they happen because they are normal, and we continue doing them. baina sente ng'emmotoka empya tuzirabirako oyo omwami nti primo new model mugirabe new model yasookawo we saw it with him when it was still new okitegeera emmotoka empya zonna twazirabiranga ku ye they were that loaded. And for the people that don't know mukyala wange aveeyo okitegeera sometimes she says I'm tribalistic on her. She says it, and me being the Muganda I know I'm not tribalistic, but the wife to that gentleman used to be very discriminative, and she thought olunyako lesirutegeera kumbe nayina mbega wange ngambega wange olunyako lalutegeera nnyo kati nga bayita mu korido bati nga boogera okushiro kumbe mbega wange weewaabwe mbega wange nga ngamba naye munnange abantu abo bakulowoozaako kino na kino because I had dreads nga they used to even say nywenjaga naye nga musajja bwattu sinywanjaga nyina dreads zange nazaagala bwagazi okitegeera ozo okukitonto nywenjaga kumbe mbega wange nga abiŋŋamba okitegeera. So then I knew what these people thought about me, mostly the woman. Omusajja teyalina nnyo obuzibu, omusajja teyabeeranga nawo okitegeera, omusajja teyabeeranga nawo. But then I knew what this lady thought about me. Nga balina clinic naye nga siyinza nagenda mu clinic ng'omukyalo oyo yalimu because I knew she did not have positive thoughts about me. She did not think about me positively. She looked at me, and every time she looked at me, she saw a drug dealer, she saw a drug addict, and her son liked to hang out with me because I didn't have a problem. But then a problem came. Na ina chali wanga ate ye yali wampisa ambi. Omuvubuka olinga ina laptop ya yatika screen, and I had a laptop that had died. The motherboard had died. But the screen was okay. So I give this dude the guy's laptop. Gendo chiteka mweno screen ajampe sente zange. Oli guy na atunda computer y'omuvubuka. Omukyala ne byatayogera kozo okuzirangu omushunga okitegeera ate mulowooza nga tebaagala na kunsiba kati jukira omukyala olida amanyi oli drug dealer you are drug addict obye computer ya mutabani kati computer ya mutabani nga ne mutabani wakimanyi computer ye yajeweera oli omuvubuka agenda agiteeke mu screen nga nange screen yange actually screen eyo saagifunamu na sente kuba muvubuka twamanya tukwate yali laptop netumusiba naleta computer oli omwana n'atwala screen yange kubwerere kubanga akaseera ko nali I was trying to redeem myself. So anyway, but when people talk about you, it's nice that you know what people talk about you. You can redeem yourself. You can make yourself better by knowing what people say about you. You get it? Because if you don't know what people say about you, there is no way to improve yourself if you close your eyes. But does it treat you bad that people talk about you? Me, I don't think it treated me badly. Not me particularly. When someone does something that doesn't seem very nice to me, Nzenga Arthur, I'm not really worried about myself. I'm mostly worried about them because I realize that they are missing something. Mubo, every time that someone probably does something bad to you or something says something about you when it's not true, normally I find that it's better for you to think positively about yourself. Kati Nzenga Arthur sirina budde bwogera bibi ku bantu. Ate mbujjewa ng'ebyokukola bingi bannange kati nfuna ddi obudde obutandika okupasiivinga Antoni alina empisa embi, Antoni akola kino na kino, obwo budde nga tebuliiwo okitegeera. That's a lot of negative energy. So when someone has negative energy on you, mostly when people talk about us, they are talking about negative things. Okimanyi, it's very hard for people to talk positive things about you. Kizibu mu ebirungi babyogera woli no me I've seen people praise me and I said kakati, why are you praising me? But anyway guys, how do you handle people that talk about you, and does it treat you badly? Does it treat you badly that that people talk about you? Yeah, and how do you handle the bad treatment it gives you? Of course, I find that Nzenga Arthur, when you do something bad to me, normally I'll come and tell you. If I don't tell you, I don't talk to you again. That's how I do. The moment I cannot tell you the bad things you do, then you're not my friend. And I don't hang out with people that are not my friends. Or if I tell you the wrong things you do and you seem to be very angry about me telling you the wrong things you do, then I also don't hang out with you, because then I realize you're not the kind of person that I want to hang out with. So I've done this with my family, Batobang, the cousins I have. I don't have brothers. I have 5 brothers that are but we are not really close, and I don't think we can ever be close. But my cousins are closer to me than my half brothers and sisters. So normally when my cousin does something wrong, I call them and I call a witness. You get it? Instead of me talking about them, I call them and I get someone to be present. Why? Normally when we tell people the wrong things they do, if they don't get it in good spirit, they are going to try and twist it and tell people other things. Like if, for example, if someone gossips and you call them and you tell them, you know what, you gossip and it's not nice, what they will do is when they go to other people, they will tell them other things. Which take it, instead of saying that Arthur told me I gossip, they'll go and say, Arthur said we gossip. Instead of saying Arthur said I gossip, they'll say Arthur said we gossip, all of us. So what I do is when I'm telling someone something wrong they do, I call someone else, a third party, to sit there with us as we have our meeting. And that witness is supposed to, for me, is a security for them to make sure that the other person doesn't turn the words around. And normally I found that it works. So if my cousin has done something wrong and I want to tell them, I call another person, a third party, and I tell them, you know what, I want you to sit in our meeting. I want to tell this person something, and I don't want them to get me wrong. So I want you to sit here and listen to what I say, listen to their reaction, and where you need to guide us, guide us. And that's normally what I do. Nze sigeya. Nze sigeya. That's why you find that most of the things that happen in my life, I can share here on YouTube. Mbanna byogera da. Kati temulaba mbagambye nti nno mama abani agamba mbuno am tribalistic sometimes, but she cannot prove it. She cannot prove it. And maybe the reason why she said that I'm tribalistic is because I use the statement abantu be wamwe. And I told her that Baganda men say that all the time. Nebobanga, you're not from a different tribe. Abantu be wamwe is a common statement with Baganda men. So abantu be wamwe bansobera. They say it with their wives all the time. Well, you know what probox njagala ayitewo. After you should buy the Prius, it's perfect for you. Bananga Moses. Na nyumira munyo. Ate walo Prius empya bananga. Nze nyimi do probox ayitewo. Owala Cruiser nandaga sina magezi. Nanga kangende. Ate no Prius obatamanyi mumanya motoka wa wantu abadde ajaawo. No zamura baba oba bayigira we motoka ate wa motoka ampya kireka yakayiga olava mu driving school n'agule motoka. Olava mu driving school alinga mama abani ne mama abani awotayitawo. Era ayinza okuyimirira opaka njaka mulabi ate no musajja kyewuunyisa. Ate mwegendeza abantu abateka gaadi ku motoka baba bayiga kati olwaguze motoka bwati yasoso okukola ku ssaako gaadi. Good morning, Ben Kako, Nathan, Kawali Moses, Pius Ruboa, Tony Ronald, Ian, every time smearing varsity. Antonio, Angel Nekakata Achesi gave Zigo. If you don't feed me, pay my rent, my salary, you can't move me. Saith, Amina. Nzebanjo Gerako, now I reached a point in Tevicha. I will to Sekuleve, Okuze. Twahawarakira, good morning. John's Info, good morning. Heath Moses, good morning. Mark Tusimusa. Mwe bagayi banjogeranga ko nti uya wa maka 2 naga atogutali musango nyinalo nabayita ko nga maka 2 yange eri nyolusozo manyi maka 2 yange eri yali inawe yatuka ngezibikide exhaust kati mukuzibikira exhaust ngibate ina manyi ngabananga akasoze kalinya Owamaka tuyo atogutali musango. Ne mukama yansasira. Pichi ze bavuganga mu lockdown ze bakyavuga kati naye atenzi. Mukama yankwatako maka tuyo gubina nenjivaako. Football Tribe, good morning. Lucky Mboze, good morning. Arthur, I don't care whatever people talk about me as long as I'm serving my God the way I ought to. Otherwise, I don't waste my time on flesh and blood. Have a blessed week. Amina, thank you. Goodwin. George Senkubuge, greetings. Pastor, Arthur, what do you think of these things of top up on cars for another car? You make a loss every time you top up. You make a loss. You make a loss. Guys, I want to tell you, every time you want to get a newer car, yeah, and you think of topping up, the person you have topped up is making more money than you. You're making a loss. Mama Ban should hear with us that sometimes the Muganda in you is too outspoken, which may rub off a bit harsh at some. Thank you, with Moses. Why do you know? Hey, the Muganda in me is like that direct. Tamanyi yaba abirabanga tribalism. Nikakati. Eh? Ogamba otyo omuntu eyaleka wa Abaganda, abakazi Abaganda bonna. Najja nakunona eyo ewammwe eyo mukyalo eyo. No gamba mbu ali tribalistic. She saw a scoba when she looked at you. Yali omushuma. Oyo mukazi yapita omushuma. Nga computer mutabani we yajiwa oli gayo omulala nga wendi naye nga Aganda bange. What do you feel when people mulaba omusajja wa probox tamanyi motoka? Era nainza abantu abavuga emmotoka empya kati mbegendereza. Mulabe twamulekeddewo space nga ajjawo kati beerayo kuba katogenda kuyitawo paka ncha. Chris Fitness, good morning. Drug addict. But I'm sorry, Arthur Wachigwako, but I think they realize whom you are. They did not. They did not, I'm telling you. They did not. And then you can be surprised. Oyo mcharo yalinga asabange wabira nezi fellowship. Nenga she was too judgmental. Na yeah, but there are people like that and they are just judgmental. Nsereko Jonathan, good morning. What are you Dubai? Nsereko Jonathan, anonya bali Dubai. Jay Sekaja, good morning. Sebogwao Medi, good morning. The Ugandan Catholic Music Collective. Arthur, this might be off topic, but some tips for YouTube channel growth. I'm seeing some good metrics on your channel. The Ugandan Catholic Music Collective, one thing that I see about YouTube is find a niche and be good with that niche, and don't stop posting. Keep posting videos. But post videos that people want to watch. You just understand your audience, find the niche and keep doing. Yeah. And my dad used to think about me like that. He tells my siblings to be careful around me. I don't know, you guys will be surprised. If you said everything around Metros and Tobacco Senjaga, Tobacco Sanjaga, for campus to I know Mvukanga, Hambo Inga Njaga. Njaga. Nenga bamusangane Arthur biradala Arthur yabera njaga okuba Arthur abera ayina dreads. Okitegeera. If they talk, listen and take note and get on with your life. Thank you, Chris Fitness. Kanankati, when you talk, I note what you're saying about me. If it's negative and I can improve my life, I improve my life. If it doesn't bother me, I let it go. Ochitegeera. After me, my family has waited for my downfall. Inshallah, they won't say, hey, Travel Life Look, how does a family wait for your downfall? Then those are not your family. Lori Jeke Yagamambo family is blood. For me, family is not blood. Family is good people to you. People that are nice to you are your family. People that are bad to you are not your family. Antonio Malo, omuntu ateka gadi ebweto ku probox abatamanyi mmotoka katalaba buli muntu enemy we. Okitegeera. Agamba ababoda se bajja kungwamu. Jobera fa batalina gadi ku mmotoka ababoda batugwambuli lunaku. Kasenge Amos, good morning. Nathan, what did the border guys about the UAB 155J? Kuba kamaka too. bakazole kiri kyali kimaka tu Nathani maka tu yogubina gireke baba nange sali comfortable nnyo naye bajogerera yo okujogera nako kwajongeramu okubanga teyali mbalagaba ate yali enywamu kubeka sanga ati nanywange emitwalo 2 kitundu you can imagine ate ne matugga nnyo 2 kitundu kwesatu ate nge matugga wa doublinga wali more than double the distance of Kampala to Kasangati okitegeera but I used 25 to 30 mu market yogubine Kasangati nali mbera na mu town nanywange 2 kitundu. So yes, the market wasn't a very friendly car, but times were tough. Atenze okutambuza ebigere mvuga makatu yogubina karibu njirabye atoyo omusajja kati abantu bwe tebaba na sente zitopenga kugula mmotoka ndala mbera muloza omusajja yakala akamotoka abatakagala me I've been with people abat emmotoka tajagala naye abatalina zagattako nga atunze yogula ndala everyone sebo buli muntu yali agadde okwa upgrading naye ommotoka obukadde obwo abeera stack abatalina kyakukikolera but fenna abasinga twanywako ku njaga ate saagala mwegane Antonio toyiza banga tewanywa ku njaga mwaba welding mwenna mwanywa ku njaga kasita watandika okukwata ebyuma n'otandika okwokya welding abantu ku kyalo ne batandika okweraliikirira Antonio yagala emmotoka ezitategeerekeka kati karibu masavu gaawe you are just addicted to strange cars Antonio. That's your problem. You want cars that are not orthodox. Only oluzungu unorthodox. Ate ebintu by'oluzungu ebimu ebyo biraba byenjogera. Leba nange bobanga tunalwala maaso. Mukama musabe nnyo galeme kulwala. Oleme kwambala galubindi. Because now the trouble I'm having galubindi zange ngizezaako zirongoosa nkyafuwaza nkyafu. Kali akaninkini kange akalongoosa galubindi kali. Akasawo omuli katawulo ka galubindi. Akayaga nze nakagezaako ne kagana munange natemu you guys will be surprised nze njaga nagigezaako naye nga tenkuba yali tenkuba oyo gayi wange gwe mbagambe gwe twasoma naye yali nganywa enjaga yagireetanga ngabo ye banyinywa enjaga naye bakuba naye nze nga tenkuba kati nze ngenda okulaba omwenge gwo gwankuba nagunya ne gunkuba bubi nnyo naye enjaga yali tenkuba enjaga ye terina kyenkolako era nga njo nesigala nga ndisitedde nnyo bwenti oba yankubanga nga nze ndowooza nti teyankubanga enjaga yo yali terina kyenkola ate no you guys would be surprised. There is a time I had an ear condition gye bayita otitis media nga balina okukolako operation. So I go to the operation room basala muba mulimu amazzi mulimu kutu so basala ne babaka akantu katono nnyo ke basaayo amazzi gayitemu. Muna I go to the operation table bagayi ne bansanyalaza n'ebigaana nga I still feel the pain. Omusawo n'abuuza but Arthur what do you use? Ate bisere nalina dreads nga kizibu nnyo okukkiriza nti sikozesa njaga ne mugamba naye nze sinywa siina kyenkozesa n'agamba naye kakati kino eddagala litukubye abantu abalala bali basanyalaza naye nga ligaanye eddagala lyagaana naye akakatte bakateeka namu like they cut an incision, very tiny incision amazzi ne gafulumayo mu kutu ngenda okulaba kali akantu ke bantekamu kakayinza oyitamu ne kagwate mu kutu ne mbagamba mukaleke ngenda ataano gange ne gagenderawo era kati nze sikyamala gakola bintu bya operation ebyo oyinza okwesanga wali ensasi n'akajiita n'otereera otandika kugenda mu operation room bambadde bonna ebiganduula bati good morning Mr. Naye olaba ayogera ku Yesu, then how about Mr. Achiwaabwe? By the way, Yesu nga bamwogerera, Yesu yayitanga ku bantu ne bamusungamu emimwa bati. Temwalaba firimu. Olaba n'abasajja abalinga bagundi, babishopu b'ebiseera ebyo. Bayogeranga ku Yesu, Yesu yabayitanga ku yeekaalu ne bayimirira ku bazita bati ezo, piira za yeekaalu baguye, yeeyita mutabani wa Katonda, wuuyo agenze. Yeeyita omwana gw'endiga nga bamwogerako ate nno wegendeza abantu abakwogerako ebibabeere wala by the way nze abantu banjogerako ebinendaba nga tebandiimu nnyo nga mbadde ebbali abantu abo be bagenda ne balopa Yesu ewa Pontio Pilato nga baagala Yesu bamutte ani yatandika olutalo lw'okutta Yesu yali Pilato kubanzikira Pilato yanaaba ne mu ngalo n'agambye mbi naabye mu ngalo sibiriimu ani Ani yatandika olukwe lw'okujjawo Yesu? Someone started. Who was it? Ani yatandika olukwe lw'okujjawo Yesu? Someone started that thing and it wasn't good. But nkimanyi ebintu ebyatandika mu kwogera ku Yesu batandise omusalako ebigambo eno n'eri era abantu bolaba ng'abantu nga bakwogerako badde bali recently nali mpakinzaawo ku office nzijja ntuule mu mmotoka ntuula mu mmotoka nyina omuwala gwenkola naye yali atudde wano naŋŋamba obamanyi abo anti ntudde bakwogerako eno ye mmotoka gy'avuga eno ye mmotoka ye kati sikyapakinga waawo nze abantu kasabataano ye mmotoka ekukwatirako wa nze omuntu bw'avuga emmotoka kirowoleza muri ye mmotoka ye asimwogerako yali Herod gwe bayita Herod mu Luganda. Herod was King Herod a great king kweli? Oh, he was just a king, just there. Manya biseera mu abantu abalwanyisa great people baba bonga bo tebalina we bali kati ne balaba ng'okulwanyisa bali the great people nemwe you people ne bwe wali badde gwe weesanga wali eyisiza nga Herod nina kuba tutadde oba batutadde ne bwe wali badde gwe Antonio nga Yesu yeeyisanga bwe yeeyisanga ate bwe yeyita omwana wa kabaka bwe yeyita kabaka wa bakabaka nawe weesanga mutuufu wali mujjeewo. You guys remember how Jesus used to put on and then he's there like boasting. Mutufu Yesu yali confusing na ye embeera ze. Ebiseera ate nga kabaka has to have gold and all those things and then he's there saying I'm king of kings in a kanzu. He showers at the river with other people. Jesus was confusing. Atakumanyanga Yesu yali confusing. He knew he was going to be killed. So maybe all these things that he did to test these people. Can you even kill me? You get? So somehow, like me as an artist, guys, I'm talking about these things as an artist. As an artist, I want to give it, I want to think about it in all angles. That the way Jesus was, when you think about character development, the way Jesus was, somehow you can't blame Herod and all these other Pharisees that were talking about Jesus. Like, how do you be a king of kings and you're poorer than all the kings? Guys, Jesus was confusing. He was confusing. Yes, he was powerful. Yes, he was powerful, but he was confusing. It was how you see the story of Moses. Like Moses was raised in the palace. He was a supervisor of slaves. And then all of a sudden he's coming to tell the person that raised him, hey, God has sent me, you let his people go. You get some of these, the godly stories are very confusing. Like God raises people from nothing to something. Yeah? Like Moses is a supervisor of slaves and all of a sudden he's telling the king, my God has said, let people go or he will punish you. Yeah? King Herod yatandika olutalo lwa Yesu. King Herod just had bad manners, yazimba omutima nga abantu abamu betumanyi. Musema, don't please, if you can get that look forward to make more. Aha, kati batusibye. There are even schools which use weed to hasten the cooking period, save firewood for just a few hours. But I'm told the school kids would enjoy beans like never before. Are you sure? Antonio Olaiko Sara Mugambo. But still, King Herod, it wasn't his decision in the first place. So King Herod was overpowered. Was there a parliament that said, let us just do away with Jesus? Or King Herod just used this as an excuse? Bakajubi bajubisa. And the way he was answering and replying those guys was so. By the way, Jesus was provocative. It's like you go in front of President Museveni and he asks you, are you the president of Uganda? And you tell him, it's you who has said it. What would President Museveni do to you? Yeah? Like, and then the president says, people tell me you say you are the most powerful man in Uganda. Is it true? And then you tell President Museveni, try me and you will see. Goba yagala president akolere kiddala ddala. Yesu yali provocative. Ate Yesu alabika even in his youth was like that. You remember the time he escaped from home to go to the Bajita Bate Yekalu to preach. Yeah? Like I think Jesus was just a rebellious person. Buli muntu yenna gwe bogerako abawa amaanyi. Just know someone is a big deal okwogera oba bulungi oba bubi. Akogerako asobora nenze kati ate I don't have the time to talk about people that are badly off than me. I find that when someone is more badly off than you and you want them to improve, tell them. Like you lose nothing for improving someone's life. Me, I will tell you nayo manye ekintu ekikulemeza okuganya okulaakulana kyekino. I will tell you so that you know. Oleme kwekwasa nti atati yangamba. Me, I find that the people that tell me the things that, whether good or bad, people that tell me the things about me, I'm happy about them because they help me improve. It's the people that don't tell you the bad things, especially the bad things about you. It's those people that don't really like you. So bana bagayi bange bembanze nva kumulamanga mungamba okitegeera. The parliament were the Pharisees. Bana bayaya bayimiranga mu busonda sonda nga tebalina self esteem. Those guys, they were tall, big, they had beards, but they were afraid of a guy that didn't even have beards. But yeah, hey, Jesus, in some movies, Jesus had beards. And I bet you guys, if you saw a movie where Jesus was not handsome, you don't want to watch it. You have an image of the handsome Jesus with channel O. Ebintu bya Yesu bibuzaabuza era ng'ebintu by'abantu abanene bonna Katonda bayimusiza byonna bibuzaabuza okitegeera. And you know the thing with God, he's confusing. He gets people, they are rich, then he makes them poor, and then according to the stories he makes them rich again. Like Abraham, he was rich, he had his money, many women, many children, and then God just decided, let me make him poor and I see what he can do. So for you guys that are rich, be careful. God might just decide, Antonio no kasente kaiti ndikanka mujeko tulebe bwabira oba nagenda mu mastani. The road looks like Kavire Road. Good morning Talusias. Jesus was black as the old Jews. But where they? But Jesus was from which country? Egypt, Israel. Where exactly did Jesus come from? Israel. For me, the story still confuses me. I want to belong, but the fact that Jesus is not from our own blood, which still confuses me. Like, but then also they have made us believe we cannot have a black Jesus. Like, like for us here, we believe the saviors have to be very old. That's why you find even young people saying, voting for old people. We are achali muto mu parliament, tebagala kulonda bavubuka bato, tebalina experience. Nibalonda abakadde ne bagenda ne babongoda. So for me, I'm still trying to picture if Jesus was black, which region of Uganda would he come from? Which region? And which region would bring the most disciples? Like me, I find that. Which region would Jesus be coming from? Abafarisayo abali bakajubi, the ones who requested Pilato to release Barnabas and crucify Jesus. You can imagine people say, you release a murderer and kill this one who has never killed anyone. Jesus never wanted a life of luxury. He lived the life of a Ugandan way of day and age. Na yes, n'abali benguzi at that time were many. Tebasoose kati. Ngabala biradalo no guy abagira. Jesus came from Nazareth, a small village in Israel, where no great thing was expected to come from. That's why many were in this no, Nathan, even the way the guy dressed, coming from a village where nothing good was expected to come from, that is not the problem. The problem is when you come from that village and you're great and you don't change your wardrobe. You get it? His father was God who has no citizenship. You guys are preaching to me now. He was a Jew. Jesus was a Jew. Reminds me of Bugembe's song. Orumwe bintu ya mukama bibuzabuza. Bia bintu ya mukama bibuzabuza. Tomanyi like Rwasa. Rwasa akyalina sente, Rwasa ababuzabuza. Rwasa mugaga, Rwasa teyakagula Range Rover. Rwasa ababuzabuza. Naye ate ekyokumpa sente ate nozinzijako awo tuba tugenda kulwana ate katono yinza olwana naye omulowooza yeekwekera ki teri confrontation abeera yeeyo ate ogenda mumugjawo naye nga Rwasa yakyalina sente. I think Rwasa was playing his game. Rwasa was trying to test to find out who are my two friends and who are not my true friends. That's the thing he was doing. I don't think that Rwasa ever went broke. But I also personally I also don't believe that God can take your wealth away to test you. Ichocho nzinchachiganye. I don't believe that God can take your wealth away. That will be something that is very hard to believe. Of course, now by talking positively about him, I'm also bribing him to be good to me. Goyinza okudira mutabani wo n'omujjako ebirungi byonna nga Katonda bwe yakola Abraham, according to the story, because we are not there, so we don't know if that really happened. Arthur, that Noah in front of you is like how much? That Noah is good. Noah X, that's the best model of the new Noah. Kati bagituna million asatu mu. Now we didn't kati yayingida asatu mu munana. That's what I heard, but I don't think SI yetwagula million anane jekkendi. Ate SI is like that version yamanyi. But that one I'm thinking 35, 36 or inzo jifuna. I'm just thinking. Nina ulida abantu bagambe kuba tuluddo jigula. Now da abantu bagambe yingide million asatu mu munana kati. Nekate BP we yabeererawo twagula ne jekke million ana SI, which is like the extreme thingy. Ata don't forget to buy a remote battery, otherwise kayinza okwechanga banaye ne yanziza kangenda akanda ako nkaguli kati utukawa ntu office went. I actually think oba never good day waba abantu ngenda kumala broadcast nga sinatuuka yeri I park somewhere ngene ngula akanda ne yanziza nyo Godfrey. I thought the SI Valmatic was the best Noah. And SI ye trim esembayo. The X is like the best model. Ochitege right? Chobola bazi X impetitive. Era X yo inokube ya raisi. How does it consume? 8 kilometers, 8 to 10 kilometers per liter. Depending on and guys, I want you to note that emorokeyo enywa ninyayo ya muliro. Boli nya katono katono ne moroka eno etenywa nnyo. Boli nya nnyo ngekulaga touch. Rwasa was playing his game either to test the loyalty of his friends or to escape something, and the same trick has been used by lots of celebrities internationally like 50 Cent, Rick Ross and others. Exactly. Rwasa akazanyoke yazanya akazanya bulungi. The way Rwasa was humble and broke in the news, you people bantu bameka abavuwadde ne basigala nga baagala abantu babalabe naye nno afandi yandibanga alimu okusosola bali abeeri abatadde emirundi miyitirivu feta tuta obala kuba ffe twagala kwambuka erinzo erira ino sikigenda mwegenda ewandeya lwakubeera bikate ng'etambula okusinga neyambuka emulago. God took Job's richness and everything. N'amaanyi g'ekisajja Antonio. Naye you guys, have you ever imagined nga tolina amaanyi ga kisajja, what would you be living for? Nga you cannot function. Because one thing we have understood, even the poorest of poorest people, amaanyi g'ekisajja bagayina. Ate be bagasinga kuba bazaala nnyo. Oba budde bwe bubeera obungi But have you imagined katonda bwakutwalako ebintu byonna byonna nakugamba nkutwaleko ebyobugagga by'obamaanyi g'ekisajja kiki omukkiriza atwale Antonio? Ekyo ekibuuzo kinene nnyo. Kano nagamba ntwala ebyobugagga bino oba ntwala amaanyi g'ekisajja kiki omuwa? Naye bannange amaanyi g'ekisajja ng'oli mwavu nago teganyuma. Antonio kiki omugamba byonna n'abaana be ne bafa ne animals ze ne zifa. But you guys think that was God? I don't think that was God. Me, personally, I don't believe that God is that cruel. Sagana na kuchikiza ndi katonda ali oyina okubanga oyina kyomukoze era Job alayika alina kiyakola kye batatugamba. Oba se ekyo nga story ya Job eyo Job yegirimu emitambo nga yawandika side ye. Kubanga I don't naye ono omusajja wa traffic ono ayina ekigira. Bali abantu abatannyo. Me, I don't believe that God can take everything from you. Nga tolina kyomukozi. Atwala amaanyi g'ekisajja andekere ssente. Senkindo agambye atwale ssente. Antonio kati ssente oba ogenda zikozesa ki mu bulamu bwo bannange? Gwe Antonio atwala amaanyi g'ekisajja ojagga anti naye tosobola ne bw'onoonywa Viagra tebiddamu kukola. Arthur, talk about it. Someone tells us why is it that kids from very poor families are so bright in school than kids from rich families that have everything. Mr. Lucius, the kids from rich families have a lot of distractions. The kids from poor families don't have distractions. I find that the kids from poor families, first of all, abana bava mu poor families, oludde ewaka nga bakima amazzi nga booza ebintu nga bali emmere nga beebaka, they get enough sleep. And sleep is very important for brain function. Abaana abava mu maka amaavu beebaka bulungi, beebaka ssaawa 2 kuba tebaba na masannyalaze. Bwe baba nago tebaba na TV. They take naps olw'enjala. Mr. Lucius, omuntu ejala esobola okuluma ne weebaka. Kati bweebaka ate obwongo bwo busigala bukola. Also, the kids from poor families, they eat nutritious things. Tebalya junk food. Okitegeera mukene, ntula, doodo, okitegeera. Kugamba, there is no way a rich kid abeera ku pizza ne burger lwagenda okusinga omwana w'omunaku mu kiraasi. Okujjako nga the rich kid has other means like coaching, because omwana bw'abeera ne coaching era asobola okuyitako. Saith agamba God is everything at the beginning and the end, the alpha and omega. Is it Saith? Yes, I understand God is the beginning and the end, but is he also the bad and the good? Because what happened to Job was bad. We have to accept it was bad. Where someone loses everything. But Job kept the wives. Satan wanted to prove to God that Job is... thank you! Antonio, thank you! Bongama sitani echikoro bonze oba kati awoba otuse. Not know a servant of God said so Satan was given a chance to torture Job. Ateka kati awobi ono ye bongama Satan was given a chance to torture Job. And make him go through pain until he betrays God, but Job refused to do so. Oh, that wasn't God, it was Muzungu's story. Hey, Johnny at what day bulichim. So Satan made Job go through that pain until he failed. But Job kept a wife. You people remember that yega danga artist. Yagumiranga ku ekyo kyovola basebo gwe Antonio agamba mu Katonda atwala amaanyi g'ekisajja ekintu kya kipinga Abraham nga is holding on was yali Abraham te Job. The thing that kept Job going was the fact that when everything was gone, abakazi basigala okukaba tonotono. Ata talk about okay. You are right, that was not God, it was the devil. That's what the Bible said. The devil told God that the only reason Job was obedient to him was because of the wealth. God had given him, so he wanted to prove it, but he was disapproved because Job remained obedient to God. God rewarded Job with even more riches. but by that time he was old. By the time he got back his wealth, he was old. He was old. God has no bad, because when he brings bad to you, he's testing. Kasita. Oba tuyitewa. Nala byenge watambula naye maama. Ate watuukane wakwata. Omutima guganyeyo kanyambuke emulago. Come what may, kanyambuke emulago. Njayita mu katanga. So anyway, guys, tubadde tuli ku topic ya kutwogera abantu bwe bakwogera ko kikuyisa kitya. How do you deal with the people talking about kikuyisa bubi, kikuyisa bulungi, kikuleka ngoli indifferent nga tofaayo? Kikuyisa kitya? Tesi kyalina pressure genda nsookeyo. Anyway guys, abantu we bakwogerako, how does it treat you? Kikuyisa bubi, kikuyisa bulungi? Yeah? And how do you deal with whatever feelings you get? Me, I want people to talk about me, and I want to know what they are saying about me, because then I improve. They say that God and Satan bakolagana. Zenange bwendaba, because the kind of power that God has, he can do away with Satan in a minute. But he needs Satan to complete the equation. Okitegeera, Satan amuyambako okukema abantu okulaba bani abali loyal to him. Okitegeera. And guys, why do we keep calling God him? Well, isn't there a chance that God is a female? But if he was a female, senga Satan yavaawo. The way women don't like their enemies. But God is a man, he's patient with his enemies. He wants to make his enemies suffer a slow death. Even the wife of that Job remained with was to test him, because the wife also encouraged Job to just betray God. Yes, but still he ate. I'm sure Job ate. They say that okay, people talking about me at times, it annoys me. Now, yeah, I stay focused and change accordingly. The God Satan story sinagitegera bulungi. Teri ayinza gitegera. The God Satan story is like Bobby Wine and Museveni story. Bobby Wine mukwano gwa Museveni ne Bobby Wine ba meetings ekiro. It's like that. Oyina kulonda bulonzi side and you stick to it. Okitegeera. You pick your side and stick to that side. You don't move. Naye musome Bible. Nze ndi mufirika. But we all don't know whether he is a he or a she. Mwe oli God atekwa kuba musajja. Omukazi senga yajjawo da sitaani, abakazi tebagala b'enemi baabwe. Gwatolaba omukazi abeera ne mujjawe n'amuyira asidi. Ate okumanya ng'abakazi balina revenge eri embi. Omukazi abeera ne mujjawe n'atta bba waabwe, bonna bamufiirwe. That's how bad it is. Nze neeyagala mama bani dino naye wano mu moroka, mama bani yakkiriza dda yaŋŋamba nsikuinaako buzibu. Nge sikuinaako buzibu kasita mbeera official wife. Mama bani told me as long as for her she's the official wife, she does not care about the other things. Good morning Isova Ivan. Guys, how do you deal with people talking about you? Don't not ever compare amanyi to anything. Naye Katonda can't do that to us. At least mugamba ampiteko agende wa neighbor. Atoza akuwa Katonda si wattima. Nze nange nzikiriza Katonda wafooyo si wattima. Never situuse mu basi bula nsobola okugenda ngula akanda ka remote. Niyo bwandanga buggwamu mangu. Kanakanda kange sinakakozesa yadde emyezi 6. Because I remember no ko wajija mu bondi nengera nengula akanda. Nesikategedde. Aso yimbo oyagala mama bani azimbo. Mama bani ali wanu naye mukakamu yakiriza. Mama bani yakiriza n'agamba ati kati nze custom full official wife abalala be bamanyi. Era wana akasiko kali ku matama kali ko official wifeness. As long as she's the official wife, tandinako buzibu. I like people to talk about me. It gives me a next move to take talking about as a piece of advice. Yeah, nebro, tia girl child in Eden, there is a way she talks to the snake. Awenda komo okutegeera. Imwe abachala bombaleke. Bene mulago watambula tambula naye kyemmanyira abasinga bagenze mu Katanga. So mwe bagayi nze kyembamanye wange kweyagala kwereere simanyi wawe naafuna muganda wananyiiga oba naabirekanga bwabirese kati waliwo okufuna muganda we ate naazimba buzimbi mutima ng'ate muganda we yetamuyinaako buzibu kati ate ye naatandika okuleeta ennooma. And also she requested G-Wagon 63 as part of the official wife's benefit. Ezo benefit izo na tugenda zimuwa. Mumanyi lero katulege ku wantu labe buwatambula. Ezo benefit izo najja kuzifuna. Emoroka zayagala nzimanyi ate wuyo kati n'okuvuga avuga nakuba avuga under supervision. Omutima tegunda kaluba kutuuka waawo. Mbane nyala muguyeyo kimaka tuwe ekityo ye yagale. Kati eri makatu yogubina jembadde mbagamba is the old version of that one. Ate eno siye makatu musota entuufu. Eno makatu ye kadde ya makatu musota itamalayo lyanda kati eri muyingi ni mugongo gwambwe enywa amafuta kati yingi ni mugongo gwamba yemu yeri mu makatu yogubina inaye namufuna echi makatu bwe ekitonga akivuga ku kyalo kokka alioka akulubule gate. Beyo makatu mpanvu na eyo makatu boyigo jivuga n'ogivuga tokyatomera oba oyize emmotoka because mpanvu. The snake told her, it's not bad. Nothing will happen without God's approval. Safe. What are you trying to do? Are you testing our faith? So chitegeza, even the bad things that happen to us, God approves of them. So even the things that happen when governments like kill people, God has approved it. Says, as Bobby Wine said, every time makuru tobi wabude. Most people who talk about you are always fighting your achievements. No one better than you can talk about you because they have a lot to do. By the way, muntu ali better than you takwogera ko. So sina budde bwogera ku bantu bensinga kati mwogere koji. Olaba n'abansinga bwemba wakubogerako abantu bemba mbogerako nabo mbandi mu babuza naye kati gayo yakikola atya. Ngwire pajera nyimire pajera bagenda kukogga. Olede mutono kati ayongerako ge. Wawe muruke zimwe ezikoza pajero, gofu, benzi, Ford, ate yo Ford yekoza lwakuba ekoza bagagga. Kati abavu tebatera kumanya nti ekoza. Naye nga Ford yekoza nnyo. Ekozeza ddala naye kamba sibule bantu bange ababogerako bonna mbagambe ekyo twakimaze mwogereko mufu okulaba nga mbitegeera muyombya Mark Tusime Eddie Travel Live Vlog Mugalasi Joshua Mix Farm Kawagama Enoch Saleka Ziwe Nathan Morad Kemomo Antonio Random Things VIP Ntale Samuel Godfrey Tambala Paul Sema VIP Kennedy Omara enene wantu watambula okusinga wembadde nga nkisuubira Kasiba Ante Akisam Louis Saith Kagaba Wabuyi Nelson Muse Masadam mwebale kubera ku broadcast namwe abali mukamera I don't take it for granted mweda bya pre-purchase inspection tuzikola naro kumitwala namwe 5 jokka that money covers my money my time. That's me, the guardian angel. I come with the mechanic to make sure the mechanic does not rip you off. And together we make sure that you get the best car. We have done that for more than 2 years now. And I would like to say we are good at it. We give you the guidance, not only just the inspection, we also give you the guidance that is unbiased to make sure that you make the right decision for yourself. Joseph Balikudembe, Council Patrick Asiku, the Ugandan Catholic Music Collective, Joseph Balikudembe, Pius Dubois Kabari, Moses, Nathan, Ben, Kako, Toddy, Ronald, Kato Mohammed, Twaha Warakira, Jones Info, Heath Moses, Football Tribe, Lucky Mose, Kamukama Godwin, George Senkubuge, Edrin Mugirwa, Jay Sekaja, Yaleman Africa, Chris Fitness Rubulwa, Kasenge Amos, Abdurrahim Kasita, Mikel UG, Dennis 12, Senkindu John, Murunji Nathan, Mr. Lucius, Muroza Sabamaziwe bantu bange, Isoba Ivan, Kasenge Amos, Valerian Serunkuma, Deep in Coffee, Paul Sema VIP, but Micah makes some sound whenever I'm making turns. What could be the problem? Sound inge make it up because we make it up a CV joint. If I ingira mwetakoba amazi CV joint when you're turning. Which other is it? A joke make it up. Paul Sema kata 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 kata. Chibange to make it up. Which much make it away to very loudly. A CV joint. A turn is so far. What's it? You have food dead. Nze Musimbe weight loss program Pajero njagala muwe moroka nga sijikwata ko sikola kintu kyonna kyonna byonna biyige byonna nga bwe nabiyita mu nga nakatandika. But okay guys, I wish you a very lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow. Kambeka amasimu genkona kona ko wano ate ncha market Tuesday balina business mujje tuzi marketing mukama abawo mukisa. Paul Sema eyo CV joint. Ciao.